welcome the wonderful, Jay Willick.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Not long ago, I was asked 3 questions. What draws me to the ministry? When did I first feel the call to ministry? And what do I think I can accomplish by being a minister that I couldn't accomplish by doing anything else? Reasonable questions, important questions. They want to know I'm serious. It's a big job to be a minister, not only ecclesiastically, but you're running a business. You're responsible for inspiring people, helping people heal, counseling people. But I believe they miss the most important question. And I think it's a question that I would ask every minister to be, and I would ask every medical doctor to be. I believe the final question should have been this: are you willing to have your career as a minister become obsolete? Do I believe so clearly in this philosophy, so resolutely in this science, so faithfully in this religion, that I am willing to have my career, my new career, after years of study, lots of money, lots of time, lots of thinking and writing, and that 9-hour test you heard about, to become obsolete? Do I embody these principles so consistently and so consciously and claim that for all humanity as well? So much that I am willing to embark on a new career that I believe should become obsolete, so that each and every one of us will enter what Thomas Troward called the 5th kingdom. Now, the 5th kingdom, as he described in the book Bible Mystery and Bible Meaning, is as follows. The 5th kingdom, the kingdom of spiritually developed man, which is now slowly growing. Now, remember, he wrote this almost 100 years ago. As one individual after another awakes to the recognition of his own spiritual nature, seeing in it not a mere vague religious sentiment, but an actual working principle to be consciously used in everything that concerns himself or herself. He continued in his next book, The Creative Power in the Individual, by saying, we have found that the crux of the passage from the 4th kingdom, which is intellectual man, to the 5th kingdom is to get people to understand the nature of their creative power as not to use it destructively. So have I done all this work? Have my fellow ministers, have ministers who are practicing now done all this work to bring themselves a short career? For me, you bet your bottom dollar I have. I don't think I would be worth my weight in salt, as they used to say, if I didn't believe that my ministerial career should become like the lector. Now, the lector was the guy, usually a guy, who sat at this table while people were sewing or putting together things in a factory, and he or she probably would read the newspaper or a magazine to entertain these people as they did this work. Or maybe I should become like the elevator operator. You don't see those very often anymore. Or a pin setter. A pin setter was that guy who put the bowling pins down after you took a bowl. Don't need those anymore. Or the Iceman. It's coming. He don't cometh anymore. Or the lamplighter. As I embark on my ministerial career, I am here right now to celebrate my planned obsolescence. So let's talk about definitions. Obsolete, obsolescence. One, being in the process of passing out of use or usefulness becoming obsolete. Two, the process or condition of going out of date or being no longer in use. Three, a loss in the utility of an asset due to the development of improved or superior equipment, but not due to physical deterioration. Conscious minds consistently in line with abundance, love, joy, vitality, vibrancy, serenity, that is the superior use of your equipment, your mind. That should happen. As fear and doubt give way to faith and belief, as disease and panic give way to vitality and serenity, as destruction gives way to love, so too will my profession as a minister give way to obsolescence. The Dalai Lama said, a new way of thinking has become the necessary condition for responsible living and acting. If we maintain obsolete values and beliefs, a fragmented consciousness, and self-centered spirit, we will continue to hold on to outdated goals and behaviors. Do you have any outdated goals and behaviors from the past? Are you doing something you're supposed to do as far as society says or the family says? Are you being an XYZ because you have the talents to be an XYZ, though being an XYZ doesn't feed your soul? Do you find your life full of overindulgence to your detriment in food or liquor or people? Do you have a belief in lack or illness or something in your DNA which is bound to happen, occur, show up? Those are obsolete beliefs, my friends. But you're not alone. I have a few of my own. But listen to this. Someday, people are going to quote this. You have the power to change the jargoggle in your mind, which prevents you from deliciating in your life. You have the divine-given tools to end the all too often frecking toward difficult experiences. You have been given the ability to be self-reliant and not go year after year curating negative things to buy into or brabbling in yeamless ways with the good that the universe has made available to you and for you and through you. At times, you kench at the notion that God is the source and substance of your supply, but you are not here to be ludibrious or have a bibbacy of lack-filled beliefs. No, you are here to have an lascivious life in evening, day, or Twitter light. Now, a few hundred years ago, before some of those words became obsolete, you might have been inspired. Let's see what we can do with it now. You have the power to change the confusion and jumble in your mind, which prevents you from reveling or luxuriating in your life. You have the divine-given tools to end the all too often swift and nimble movement towards difficult experiences. You have been given the ability to be self-reliant and not go year after year gathering from various sources negative things to buy into or noisily quarrel in careless ways with the good that the universe has made available to you and for you and through you. At times, you laugh loudly at the notion that God is the source and substance of your supply. But you are not here to be a subject of jest or mockery or have a too earnest desire to drink in lack-filled beliefs. No. You are here to have an alluring, enticing, and attractive life in evening, day, or twilight. Now you may ask, but how, soon-to-be minister? How do I do that? There's a great story about a reverend who comes into a town to preach a sermon, and he's wanting to mail a letter. So he's out and about, and he asks a young boy where the post office is. And the young boy tells him, and the pastor thanks him, and he says to him, little boy, if you come to the church this evening, you can hear me tell everyone how to get to heaven. The little boy thinks for a second. He says, I don't think I'll be there. You don't even know your way to the post office. Well, I do. You can ask me after the service how to get to the post office. How do you get to heaven? Right here. Right here. We point at the brain when we talk about the mind, but you understand what I'm saying. There is nothing in the way but our bloated nothingness, thank you, Emerson, in getting to heaven, in being in heaven. There is nothing in the way but our reliance or belief in connection to fear, doubt, lack, shame, etc., blah, blah, blah. As Joseph Campbell said, the privilege of a lifetime is being who you are. And do you know who you are? The Reverend Chris Michaels had a lovely quote in the Science of Mind magazine this month, saying, your spirit, mind, and body have been created by God as an outlet for its own expression. God manifested itself in the unique individual you know yourself to be for the sheer delight of its own being. Ralph Waldo Emerson also said, every man is a doorway through which the infinite passes into the finite, through which God becomes man, through which the universal becomes the individual. That divine spark, as Browning said, is in you. You are God. You are God being Rita. You are God being Brad. You are God being James. I am God being Jay. Now, I know sometimes you don't feel very godly when you see all the various types of yuck in your life, whatever that may be. But take it from the Christian mystic Meister Eckhart. Mind you, he said this in the 14th century. God expects but one thing of you, and that is that you should come out of yourself insofar as you are a created being made, and let God be God in you. So I invite you to choose the constructive path, the divine path. Stop holding on to these outdated beliefs and behaviors. Make this new career of mine short, sweet, and obsolete. It's okay. I love to learn new things. I love to explore new ways to use my talents. I love an adventure. I'll find another career. Till then, please celebrate with me my planned obsolescence. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you.